After the firing and departure of Brian Daboll, it leads everybody to come up to their own conclusions on who is the New York Giants' next head coach. Well, did we just find the answer? What is going on, guys? What's going on, 27 Squad? Welcome back into another video. Before we start, as always, make sure you guys are liking the video, subscribe, also hit that hype button. You guys know I love that hype button. Make sure you guys hit that hype button. Helps out more than you guys know. Doesn't cost a dime. Just scroll down to the comment section, slide over, and you should see that hype button. Make sure you guys click that. And also, check out Sleeper for a 100% match up to $100 as long as you use the promo code 27Squad. So make sure you guys take advantage of Sleeper's awesome deal. Okay, you guys see the title. You guys know what the video is about. Listen, I'm going to make a more in-depth video about the Giants candidates as the season rolls around. There's no point of really doing a full candidate list at this point in the season when we probably are going to be talking about guys that do not matter at all. There's like 20 names out there. Of course, I can go through every single one of them, say yay or nay, but right now I really want to focus on one coach in particular, and that is defensive coordinator for the Green Bay Packers, Jeff Hafley.
I'm not going to change how I am around you. I'm not going to change how I am around the players. I'm going to be the same guy. I'm going to demand. I'm going to be upbeat. I'm going to be consistent.
Now, if you listen to this guy talk, if you listen to his mannerisms when talking to the press, it is a stark difference, night and day type of difference between Brian Daboll and someone like Jeff Hafley. Brian Daboll was a lot more reserved, a lot more combative, chippy, petty, and very cookie cutter. He would not give you any sort of information in these press conferences where it was pretty much useless information listening into what he has to say. As opposed to Jeff Hafley, well, you guys can just hear it. He's very direct. He's very vulnerable and not sort of a emotional sense, but more of an open book type of person, more of a guy that's going to give you his true thoughts out there and kind of just lay it down for everybody to kind of think about. And so he's direct, he's transparent. There's a lot of different synonyms that you can use for what I'm trying to get at, but Jeff Hafley is a guy that just seems like a leader of men. And I know, listen, guys like Joe Judge were leaders of men. Even Brian Daboll, to an extent, to some of his players, was like a guy that's a very raw type of guy, right? A guy that you love everything you hear, but can he coach? And that's always going to be the biggest question mark, especially when it comes to a guy who's never coached to a head coaching level in the NFL. There's going to be a lot of guys out there. You look at guys like the defensive coordinator for the Chargers, Jesse Minter, who everybody loves. Offensive coordinator for the Seahawks, Clint Kubiak. The list goes on and on. There's plenty of attractive candidates that the Giants could bring on to be their next head coach. But the question remains, can they even be a head coach at the NFL level? Can they coach? You know, they may strike very nicely in the interviews. I'm sure there's a lot of coaches who interviewed very well for the Giants who wound up getting a head coaching job, but you guys know we have not consistently won here since Tom Coughlin. But Jeff Hafley really intrigues me in particular. Now, I won't lie. Yes, the press conferences really got my ears open, but listen, he's a local kid. His mom is a huge Giants fan. In fact, he even said that with the head coach vacancy for the Giants right now, he's sure that his mom is ecstatic about it. He's sure that his mom has heard about a possible connection between the Giants and her son.
Stuff like there was something this week that said that Jeff Hafley would be a great fit to be the next coach of the Giants. Are you aware of that kind of stuff?
I'm sure my mom is very aware. Right now, I'm locked in and focused on the New York Giants. But I'm sure my family back home is. I'm not. I'm focused on beating the Giants and doing the best that we can and answering your questions.
He's also said that a lot of his family members and people that he knows growing up in Jersey love the Giants, and he even bought tickets for them in this upcoming game. It's so ironic that the Giants are about to face the Green Bay Packers. Jeff Hafley is coming to MetLife Stadium to face the New York Giants, and it just seems like the timing is a little too right.
Do you have a bus of fans driving 30 minutes from your hometown for the game on Sunday?
I do. I think I bought 30 tickets. So, my mom, she doesn't get to come out very often here. My brother, my sister, my nieces, my cousins, my friends. So I bought 30 tickets, and hopefully they all show up. But it will be nice. It'll be a chance to get close to home and see some family that I haven't seen, and I'm appreciative that they'll all come out and cheer me on, It's been a while since I've been back there, and I have a lot of memories of Giant Stadium growing up as a kid, and it'll be a cool experience to coach there and have my family there to do it. So I do appreciate you asking that question.
This is a great audition. Now, it's crazy because he has to play the best football he's ever played against the team he might be working for soon, but this would be a great way to audition for it. The timing is perfect. Brian Daboll, first game being fired, and they're out there already possibly looking at or possibly going to be playing against their next head coach. There's no doubt in my mind he grew up a Giants fan. He even said that there are times where he remembered, attending a lot of Giants games at Giants Stadium when he was a kid. He grew up a Giants fan. Of course, these guys are professionals. They're not going to say that, but I'm sure he has love for the Giants. You could tell he can't help but show his smile just a little bit. He was trying his best to hide his smile when talking about the possibility of him being the next Giants head coach. No doubt in my mind, if he is open to being a head coach, no doubt in my mind the Giants are going to be one of the first stops that he would make in the interview process. Now, a little bit on his background. He got up to the level, I believe, college. At the college level, played for Siena College and played wide receiver, so he was an offensive guy. He started his coaching career actually as a running backs coach all the way back in 2001 for a school named WPI Engineers, and then moved to the defensive side of the football in 2002 for Albany. The list goes on and on. He's been with multiple collegiate teams, got his first stint in the NFL as an assistant defensive backs coach. Then he wound up getting the job as the DB coach there in Tampa Bay. Moved to Cleveland, was there for 2 seasons, went to San Francisco for the same role for about 3 seasons, went back to the college level as a co-defensive coordinator and defensive backs coach, and got his first head coaching gig with Boston College. Now, as far as Boston College goes, it wasn't that great, right? He was tied 6th in the conference the majority of his career there. And went 6-5, 6-6, 3-9, and 7-6. Wound up finishing 22-26. Not the best, but it's Boston College. I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here and try to gloss over that. It's definitely not great, but at the same time, like I said, coaching in college is different from coaching in the NFL. Some guys don't have it for college. Some guys are better for the NFL. Some guys are better for college than in the NFL. It's not the same thing. So it doesn't really transfer that accurately. And that brings me to wonder, who else was a head coach for Boston College? Tom Coughlin, the last guy. It's so weird if Jeff Hafley winds up being the Giants head coach, because you got Tom Coughlin connection with the Boston College head coaching. You have Jackson Dart and Eli Manning, Ole Miss connection. I mean, the list goes. I mean, we have a lot of connections here from the past. It's crazy. And let's check in on how he's doing right now as a defensive coordinator for the Green Bay Packers. As you guys know, they made a big trade from Micah Parsons at the start of the season, and honestly, they're doing a lot better than I thought they were. I thought they were kind of a middle of the road defense. Turns out they're having a really good season as a defense. They're allowing 287 yards per game, which ranks 5th in the NFL, 20 points per game, which again comes 5th. They also ranked 7th in allowed touchdowns this season. So they have something good going over there. I just think there's some interest here. I think automatically John Mara is going to be intrigued with the connection that Jeff Hafley had growing up in Jersey. His family, his entire family, probably including himself, being Giants fans growing up. There might be some passion there. Obviously, passion is not something that can be taught. It's something that is kind of in you. So he may have more of a passion for playing here. Similarly enough to like how Dan Campbell just really wanted to coach for the Lions, being a former player for the Lions. So it's like, you know, there's something there. You know what I'm saying? There's something there that probably no other candidates really have, and that might be something intriguing for John Mara. And of course, in the interview process, just by how I'm seeing him in press conferences, it just seems like he's gonna knock it out the park. The only question is, of course, can he coach as a head coach in the NFL level? That is the big question. But I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. I'll be making a video on, coaching candidates later on in the season. Don't really want to get into it now, so let's see what happens. But that being said, leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, and we'll see you guys very, very soon. Woo!